Hello people, I'm Jaby Koay. Joining us is ACHARA KIRK.
Hi.
We're going to look at Marvel's The Punisher by Netflix. Here we go.
There's plenty of time now that you're home.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I mean, I knew the story, but I didn't know they were going to do it like that.
Wow. That's a nice shot.
This music has a very Nirvana sound to it.
Shoot on sight.
My pleasure. What do you know about my family?
I don't know anything.
Fair enough.
I think I read somewhere that it was Metallica.
Okay.
It's part of a
So not
covert
Nirvana.
CIA operation.
Ooh.
The man in charge wants to meet that. Homeland. The FBI. Everybody's part of this.
You and
That's
me,
the
we want
girl
same
who's
thing.
in Daredevil as well, right?
So work with me.
On one condition. I'm gonna kill them all.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Wow.
That's the president from House of Cards, the Russian president.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Ben Barnes is in it too.
You're gonna see your family real soon.
Oh.
Frank Castlesack.
The Punisher. He's dead.
Damn.
This looks like the work of a dead man to you.
Well, that's a serious trailer.
That looks really, really intense.
Yeah.
Like way dark.
Yeah. It's a perfect compliment to Luke Cage and Defenders and all that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's completely different,
No,
isn't
I know.
it?
That's why
Yeah.
I'm being sarcastic, yeah. Is he the one for, maybe he's not the actor that I'm thinking of. No, it's not him. I was wrong. He is not the guy from House of Cards.
Do you feel like it's darker than Daredevil?
Daredevil is pretty dark, but Punisher is inherently a dark story. It's like The Crow. There's no light version of that, even though they kind of tried to with John Travolta, and I don't remember the name of the actor who played the Punisher in that film. It's a story that's hard to make light of. You can't give it the same comedic value as something like, even Daredevil has more comedic value than that.
Right.
I was thinking of like Luke Cage or Jessica Jones or something. It's going for that dark, true to the comic kind of story. It's trying to honestly express what the comic expressed, and so I respect that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my speed though. That's so upsetting. God damn. It's like, I mean, yeah, this is going back towards an era where everything is really dark. This is like,
Was this the rubber band effect that you were talking about?
Yes.
Where like it's been going light, and then now it's like boomeranging the other way. And
yes, it snaps back.
Yeah. And
You've had this onslaught of films that has a joke every moment or has to undermine a dramatic peak in a moment with a joke of some kind.
Right.
You know, a perfect example is when, and I like this joke personally, but in Guardians of the Galaxy, when there's this kind of heroic, triumphant moment where they band together, Rocket is like, great, we're all standing. We're all standing. Like, he's kind of making fun of the fact that that's what you see in movies. Like, it's a very cliche moment. We've had a series of that, and now you got the DC movies kind of doing that. Wonder Woman is a great example of that, where it's more lighthearted and fun. And so no, boom, it comes right back to this like ultra dark and serious thing. But I don't know if Punisher is necessarily an effect of that, or this just being true to the Punisher.
right.
We've been seeing darker stuff come out lately. Game of Thrones is fairly dark. And we've been
Oh,
watching,
yeah.
Westworld, catching up on that. That's pretty dark.
That's dark. And also, I saw Ben Barnes from Westworld is in this as well.
It feels like Netflix is trying to push the envelope and show that it can be very dark as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so The Punisher is a perfect vehicle to express that. I'm going to give this a shot because The Punisher was a well-received character in the Daredevil show when he was introduced.
Yeah.
Personally, he's not my favorite actor. I've expressed this to friends, not really online, but just like in personal circles, I've expressed this because it feels like everybody loves this guy, but his acting style is just not my favorite. When I saw him in Baby Driver, when I saw him in Daredevil, when I saw him in Walking Dead, I feel like I'm watching the same dude. But there's something he's doing right because they keep hiring him and people like him a lot. I don't know what it is, but people really like him and they keep using him. And so I have to give this a shot because I have to assume that maybe I've got something wrong.
Well,
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
he lends himself well to these sorts of characters. He definitely has a very specific look about him. He's well built. He looks like the type of person who was in law enforcement or in the army.
Right.
And he kind of has that really, intense look about him. So you totally buy him when he, goes full on vigilante and starts shooting people. Or when he's in The Walking Dead and he decides he wants to take over from Rick Grimes. I buy him as all of those characters.
Sure.
So
I
I can see why he keeps getting hired as these types.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Yeah, he definitely fits the bill.
Yeah, strong with a slight undertone of dick. What's not to love?
Yeah,
Right?
that's a very accurate statement. I'd love to meet him. I'd love to meet him and see like just how serious he is in real life.
He's
Because
probably really nice.
he's probably like the goofiest guy in real life because he's so like dark in everything he plays, and he's always looking off screen at something, looking away from the person he's talking to before coming back to them again.
serious.
I just have to assume that he is not that guy in real life. He's putting on some kind of a persona. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna hope that it's good. I'm hoping that there's more in the show to it than just a bloodbath every single episode. I mean, it would not be typical of a Netflix Marvel series to simply be a bloodbath every episode. Daredevil had something different going on in nearly every episode. Even though it had seriously violent moments, it had a very rich story in there, at least as far as I was concerned. I know that a lot of people love Jessica Jones. We just finished watching Luke Cage, and I really liked that. I didn't love it, but I really enjoyed it. I didn't get through Iron Fist, and I didn't like Defenders. But all that to say, there is definitely story layered into all of these things. Even with something like Iron Fist, even though I was not into it, there was clearly, albeit not a great one, there was clearly a story there. Let me know in the comments below how you felt about this trailer. I'm very curious. We just looked at IMDb real quick, and it showed the popularity score kind of going down. And I'm just wondering if that is at all representative of the general public, or if that's just like a select group of people who regularly visit IMDb and would not like the Punisher for some reason. Yeah, so I want to know what you guys think. Please comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out our other reactions, reviews, short films, video game related videos, and ACHARA KIRK. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.